Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1.
March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Courtroom number 3. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Phoenix Wright, East Attorney Justice for All. In the previous episode, we finished the first part of day 2, trial 2 of my Pharaoh turnabout. Today, we're gonna go into a 2-part episode. The way I saw this is gonna be a really long one. The way it's gonna be, it's almost about an hour and a half. So I may cut this episode in half. If you're happy with this episode, make sure to leave a like button and support. Greatly appreciate the channel. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... it's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you can please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery.
What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impact at all. It is a fake. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impact, then who wrote it? It would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of a victim, Mr. Juan Corrida.
Mr. Corrida? Well. It looks like Miss Impact never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Ungard.
However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Ungard could not have known that, and so that facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible.
This theory that Ungard had no idea that the suicide note was fake? What? Something seems a little wrong with him. What do I got as evidence? What do I have? For a little laugh and risk a penalty, choose back down. No! We are not doing that. Unlike the last time that happened, like a couple episodes back, where I actually pressed the wrong one for laughter. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Ungard to have not known it was a fake. With this.
What is this little item called again?
A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right, a camera. Oh, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Ungard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Ungard would have known that the victim had forged the note.
So then the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Ungard's motive for murder was, it was suddenly disappeared into thin air.
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Ungard monitored Mr. Corrida 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in place Mr. Ungard didn't know of.
Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place?
Order! Mr. Edgeworth! It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next?
What's next?
If the prosecution can prove Mr. Unguard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual.
Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of who was it that hired Shelly the Killer to commit murder?
That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? It is... Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelly the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. What? Wait, Shelly the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin. Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a matter of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Is this alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls our witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please.
Very good, sir. I'm just gonna go with that voice. I don't care. Even if it is a old man, butler, whatever his voice, I'm just going for a robot. My name is Shelly the Killer, and I am a professional assassin.
I say, what is going on here? Your Honor, how could you remain so calm, and what is the meaning of the two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure if this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelly the Killer.
I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya!
A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer.
It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else.
And what would that be?
At this request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corda, is this correct?
It is as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Corda.
Now that we haven't answered that, let's move on to the name of your client.
Very well.
This is all just a bad dream, yes, that's it, a bad dream.
Shelly the Killer. What is he going to say? About my client. There is something I must first state. To my assassin, nothing else more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client.
Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? There seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
All that means we have to press forward, right? There's something I must first state, which is that to assess that nothing else is more important than the trust between the client himself. The trust between you and your client? I provide my services in a fast, efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome.
And that is why you're testifying in this matter?
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did,
Yes?
that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly.
That's enough! Please, no more!
Very well, it was only a hypothetical statement anyway. I don't know what to press on. I think I just want to press on. I think I just have to press on everything to get some clue. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside their prescribed role. The client has already broken the rules, acted outside of the prescribed role.
The role?
This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves.
This person tried to implicate another.
The client tried to create another crime in order to bust their hide. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
You, who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die?
Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That maniacal, whatever. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that's coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all the extra fluff. Just tell us the name already.
Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try to understand his mindset. This is very steadfast and close to you. You are going to have to work to get him to talk.
I'm not his therapist, you know. So last one to press. Alright. Let's see where we can go with that. We can't hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on.
Well, it appears this one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
That's only because you don't know about my situation. Oh, we do have to press on something. Alright. It's one of these two things. Let me see if... Okay. Let me see if I can get something out of this again. I mean, I can look it up. Make it much more easier. Yep. I mean, I want to press on the second statement because to an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason why I'm here to... But to what extent, if we had to present evidence of the trust between a client and himself, which exactly do I have to present? He has not stated who the person was. So do we have to show a picture? Press on the second statement. He mentions that please at all costs remember this statement. Please at all costs remember this statement. Why? Now press the third statement. Backtrack and press on the second statement again. He will once again say the same thing, but this time you remind him that he just said he could. Okay. Oh wait, it's the wrong one, isn't it? I mean, you're about to tell us the name of the client, blah blah, yeah. Okay, 4, 5, whatever, 3, 2, there you go. The trust between you and your client? I provide my services in a fast, efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the roles and duties an assassin and his client are to carry out. There you go. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules? A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value your trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. What's next? Press on statement. Wait, what? He once again said the same, but this time you remind him that he just said he could blah blah. Now then, I do believe it's about time I reveal my client's name. Do you agree? Don't you agree? The last statement will be revised. Alrighty then.
What is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of one Corridor?
That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What?
Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier.
Right, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews.
What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer has just stabbed Mr. Edward in the back.
Stab Edward in the back?
I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt Ungar, perhaps.
I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. Well, you were the one who summoned this witness. Oh, Shelly the Killer.
What? My testimony is the truth. Defendant at the moment is Matt Ungar. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this.
Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is for forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. One most definite of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it's obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Ungar is innocent.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Bailiff, please bring Miss Agent interested immediately.
What now? With the way this is going, Ungar will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya.
Yeah, but Edward is right. The killer is lying. And Ungar, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? I wouldn't believe that the prosecution's own witness would absolve an offendant. Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Charlie the killer is certainly lying under oath.
It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie.
Miss Andrews.
The suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and bludgeon, donning the Nickel Samurai's costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste's impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me.
Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Request the trial to continue, that's all we can do. Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty verdict.
You are a lawyer.
I know. But Matt Ungar is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than Ungar. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edward that I know now the truth. He could have gotten Ungar convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take the verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him?
Yes, you do.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
Defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But, that witness has cleared your client through the testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. To see through the witness's lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur.
Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edward, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor.
And let me see. I mean, it sounds like a perfect good time to freaking call it off right here, but let's see. We're right here. Testimony, cross-examination, testimony, cross-examination, cross-examination. I think this is a good time to end off the episode right here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, subscribe. ShrockazX TV, and I'm signing out.